Hello and welcome back to Starfield 2026. We are nearing the end of the Ryujin questline, and we are doing the executive level mission, where we need to go lobby the board members and try to get them to vote the way Masako wants. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Get them to vote the way Masako wants. She wants to acquire Infinity Ltd. now that there's like some really bad stuff going on for them. And I am going to be raising the idea of not marketing the NeuroAmp. So why are we doing this? Let's do the Infinity Ltd. Thing first. As an engineer, over the course of my career, I have been in companies that were purchased a number of times. And I can say without a doubt that generally, for most of the people involved, it was done in good faith. However, in all cases, there are a few people that were acting in bad faith. And yes, as Masako said, we will be performing evaluations and letting people go. Often it's more bloodthirsty than that. They're picking and choosing. They often have already decided, sometimes based on job titles, that whole swaths of people are going to be let go. So, corporate takeovers are not always good. However, you have to look at the alternative. There's always the possibility that if the corporate takeover didn't happen, worse things would happen to the company that was the target. And generally, the people that are considering the possibility of being taken over are well aware of both the bad faith things that can happen and what the consequences to their company would be if they're not taken over. In this case, if we don't acquire Infinity Ltd., everybody involved is going to have problems. Everybody involved is going to be out of a job. So even if there is some bad faith involved in the takeover, there is some good. So I'm going to go support Masako's decision to acquire Infinity Ltd. And that's as someone who fared very well in both of the instances of being taken over in the short term, but in the long term, it totally was. On the first one, it totally wasn't worth it. On the second one, it was worth it. So, comme ci, comme ça. Anyway, the other one is the NeuroAmp. It is mind control. It is convincing someone to do something without their consent and without their knowledge afterwards. So they can't remember they've done it. You have got them to do something. I'm not waffling on the decision here. I'm waffling on how to present it. Consent is important. If you're going to be giving someone a choice, they need to have the information to make the choice. And if you convince them to do something they would not otherwise do, you need to do that by giving them a way to do informed consent. If you force them to do it, that's not consent. And if you use the internal NeuroAmp, that's not even informed, and they don't even know about it until later. So I think the internal NeuroAmp is a horrible thing in anybody else's hands. I, of course, will always use it for good. My motives are pure, and I will only use it to do things that are for the betterment of everybody, and I would never use it to make somebody do something that they would regret later, unless it's somebody I was going to kill anyway. Like, a pirate. So, of course, I am pure and good, and everybody else is evil. Anyway, so what I want to do is I want to get Ryujin to shelve the amp. And there's our dots for the people that we need to talk to. And I'm going to one at the top, that's Ularu up at the top. We're going to leave her for last. I am just going to start with Vina, and then I'm going to work my way through the offices and upwards. Because Vina...
starts to bore you, let me know. You're the perfect lab rat for the R&D team.
I need to somehow convince Vina that shelving the NeuroApp is a good idea, and it's her life's work. We'll see how this goes. In case we need to convince her, I'm actually going to use a Parabor, 25%, okay? Our best shot at persuasion. That gets me 10 minutes of that.
And how's my favorite patient doing? Not seeing any temporal memory flashes or losing time, I hope.
Nope.
That's great. I'd say Project Dominion is ready for legitimate human trials in that case. One step closer to seeing market approval. Genevieve is going to be so excited. So, tell me what you think of the NeuroAmp.
Vina. I've worked with scientists throughout my career. You are not going to take this well.
I hope you're not actually suggesting that the technology I spent years working on and perfecting never sees the light of day. This is groundbreaking work. My life's work.
Okay, so we have a persuade here. Good.
Fine. Make your case.
I didn't want to have to manipulate her into it.
Damn the negatives. You're right. I really haven't been taking everything into account.
And the one that's going to cap it all off, if the amp backfires, your reputation will be ruined.
You really think they could come after me?
Uh-huh.
Well, this conversation's made me feel like a proper monster. But you're right. In a perfect world, tech like this is used for good. But this world is far from perfect.
Closest I've come to this in real life is as a software engineer building the tools that scientists use to test theories, is showing them that an idea can't work. They never take it well.
It is. It really is.
I wish they were all as nice as Vina.
Is this possible? And then, how do I make it work? I never stopped to consider if it was right, or what it would mean. I guess
Of course,
I'll
it's
get to a vote either way. It's not on the meeting agenda, so I assume you'll bring it up yourself? We just have to hope the others will see reason. So the next question is, what will the fate of Infinity Ltd be?
Now, to be fair, I'm thinking back, and the one researcher that I worked with the most in my career, I never had to break news to her because she was never emotionally invested in an experiment. If we were doing an experiment, it was we're trying this and either it will work and we will learn something or it won't work and we will learn something else. So whatever the result was, we learned something and loved working with her. Anyway, so for Vina, if we acquire them, they're talking about acquiring Infinity. We can tell her either way. She really has no strong opinions, but I can ask.
I'd like to acquire them, although it won't break my heart if we don't.
Yeah.
Faye may have stepped over a line in her attempt to replicate my work, but she's a brilliant engineer. I'm very curious to see what else she may have been working on and dig into her research.
Okay, so I already decided we were going to go 4. So Vina, we can convince
Exactly.
just by
Not that I want to
suggesting.
gloat over it. Maybe just a little.
Maybe just a little.
Okay, so DeMarcus and I have really been looking forward to it. So fingers crossed this deal goes through. Well, this has certainly been the most interesting conversation of my day. All we can do now is look forward to the meeting, right? See you in there.
Okay. So she took that really well, and she's got positive things to look forward to, even though the NeuroAmp is going to be washed. Landon. Money Man.
I'm glad we're making an effort in our appearance today.
And his response to you depends on what you're wearing. If you're not wearing the tailored suit, he's very different.
I wanted to see. I want to get all the details locked down for this meeting, and I believe you to be one of the best sources available.
Happy to help.
An efficient exchange, then. You've had the chance to encounter members of Infinity LTD throughout your assignments here. Do you think they're worth redemption? And why? Saving the jobs of thousands.
Yeah, that's not something that's going to convince
It
him.
is not a luxury corporations have. It's a financial burden. It would be a huge undertaking on my part.
So this statement is something we should have been able to say right off. We're getting employees on Infinity's cheaper salary numbers.
This is true. Infinity never had the financial resources to match our salary offers. Getting what few capable employees they have at half the salary we typically pay here could have major payoffs in the long run. Next question. What is your opinion on how Masako handled the mole situation?
This is a question that probably won't come up during the meeting.
And why do you feel it was well handled? Please note I'm not disagreeing. I just want to know the why behind your statement. I agree. Should Masako had informed us too early, we may have all turned on each other. I appreciate the insight. I suppose I should ask if there's anything I can do for you, considering how helpful you've been.
Oh, yes, there is.
It's only dangerous to those who can't afford one. Hence the added motivation that will bolster sales. I think we all know how averse I am to chaos.
Manipulation
Finances
works.
are my forte, so you make a good point. Our competition has yet to truly master neuroamps, but the possibility is there. It's a risk I am unwilling to take. At this time. This has been rather enlightening for me. I appreciate the time.
So manipulating these guys, I don't feel bad about doing it because I'm doing it for the best of ideas. Some of your companions, if they're with you when you do it, to these guys, will object and you will lose standing.
Your surgical wound's healing like a dream.
They won't know about it afterwards, though. So we're cool to do it now because we don't have a companion with us. On the other hand, if you have companions with you, some of these convincing options, your companion can jump in and talk for you and maybe convince. Anyway, you can do this without manipulating if you want.
Is Masako checking up on me to make sure I'm on her side? Well, you can let Masako know to rest easy. It just so happens that her agenda lines up with mine. We just need to grab Infinity LTD while it's got the public's full attention. I'm all about free PR, especially when it's painting us in a good light.
So I could manipulate her to not want to do that. But no, I'm on board with Masako on this one.
I'm sure I can squeeze enough goodwill out of this to last us at least a year. Sounds like you've got a bit of your own agenda going on.
Yes, I do.
Let's hear it.
I think we just need to start with it. If we do this one, maybe we don't even get to talk about it. I better tell her right off, I think it should be banned.
Possible backlash on tech like this is not lost on me. However, the internal neuroamp will define the next era of tech, with Ryujin at the forefront. It's not an opportunity you just walk away from.
We only need a majority, but I want it to be unanimous.
You're right. The moment you violate your customers' trust, there's a good chance they'll never come back. Even worse, you push them into the hands of your competitors. Well, it seems your talents really do stretch beyond just being an operative. Good talk. Maybe I'll even consult you on future endeavors.
Yeah, we know that's not going to happen. Okay, let's keep going around the room. Dalton. Buddy.
This meeting should prove to be very interesting.
Yes, it
I
will.
assume Masako briefed you on her preferred outcome.
As far as these people are concerned, I'm not using the Neuro app.
Good on you. If it were up to me, I'd have shut down Project Dominion a long time ago.
You and me
I
both.
knew it was a grave security risk. And look what happened.
We could manipulate him into liking it. Not.
You read my mind. Let's just hope Masako and the others see it that way. Plus, if we vote to acquire Infinity Ltd., we're about to add a significant workload onto my team.
How you guys can handle it.
Were there any more incidents this new neuroamp might cause?
It's worth the work. I know you guys could do this.
I imagine we're looking at months of work. Infinity Ltd. is obviously not known for their security. I only hope that Masako and the others will be patient with the process. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some preparations to make.
Okay,
We'll be
so
announcing Ularu's termination of employment at this meeting, so I need to have security ready to escort her off the premises.
Paramore's worn off. So I hope she isn't going to be a persuade that's difficult.
So much work to do. Well, if it isn't my favorite operative, something I can help you with? You heard correct. I've every reason to believe that Infinity Ltd. Is the Pandora's box of corporations.
Well, it's a persuade. I hope it's not a difficult
All
one.
right, I could use the entertainment. Tell me why Infinity is a good asset.
I'm going to try doing the commerce option here. See if it works, because that would be a one-shot.
When it comes to
Yes!
profit, I suppose all my arguments do fall short. Huh. Well, what do you know? I think you just convinced me. Talent like yours belongs in the courtroom. Don't even get me started. First off, if I find out you used that device on me,
I
I will
didn't.
tie you up in court on whatever charges I can conjure for the rest of your life. Second, that tech is one major human rights violation that no legal team wants to fight.
We are on the
I'll
same
do
page,
whatever
lady.
I can to make sure it's either severely delayed or collects dust in storage.
Now, I could manipulate her into liking being manipulated. Agreed.
Well, I'm both glad and surprised to hear the one person who has one say that. Masako is lucky to have you at her disposal, you know? You may be the greatest asset, aside from the internal neuroamp, that Ryujin has. This exchange has been surprisingly insightful, but now I really do need to get back to my notes.
See you in the meeting. So we are 6-0 for Infinity and 1-5 for the NeuroApp. Misako cannot be convinced. We don't even have the option to lobby Misako. So she'll want to keep the app, but everybody else is going to be against it.
Did Masako send you to try and convince me to acquire Infinity Ltd? I think we both know that's not going to work. If I wanted to be difficult, I could make this much harder on you. But no, this is more than just some petty ploy. The internal neuroamp gives us the power to crush our competitors, not take them under our wing. This is exactly why Masako's time as CEO is finished. That neuroamp is a breakthrough. It gives us the edge in any situation, so get used to it. Besides, most on the board would agree. So why not use it to seal Infinity's fate? Well, it does make Ryujin look good. And we still
Yoink.
gain a wider customer base, which means higher profits. You're oddly right about this one, Op. I guess you are worth keeping around. As long as everyone has Ryujin's best interests in mind, this should make for an interesting meeting.
An issue? That would be a foolish move. Dalton and Alexis are the only two against it. You'd never get the rest to shut it down.
I can get you to help shut it down.
Dangerous indeed. For all I know, you're using it right now. The irony. Perhaps I didn't see it earlier, but you're right. The moment a competitor reverse engineers Vina's work, it'll be chaos. The last thing I want is to have my brain scrambled because some engineer didn't do their due diligence. Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have a lot of preparations to make.
Okay. So basically, we have arranged for unanimous decision at this meeting, except for Misako wanting to keep the Neuro app, which we are not going to let her do. Let everybody else get sat, and then we're going to get a picture. I'm standing here at the head because you all know who's running this corporation now. Oh, let's wait for Lyndon to get here. You all are going to vote exactly how I want you to vote, aren't you? But I can't say, everybody give me your attention.
All right, everyone. As you all know, we've successfully exposed Infinity Ltd's botched human trials and murder for hire through SSNN. The public is demanding their leadership, namely Lucas Drexler, face trial, and he's probably writing his resignation as we speak. Ryujin will be launching a statement, but I believe now is the perfect time to acquire Infinity Ltd.
Believe it or not, I agree. The acquisition has risks, and it's going to create a lot of work for all of us. But the overall payoff will be worth it.
That and Infinity Ltd's current situation makes them more affordable than ever.
Arguments? None? Excellent. Moving on, then.
I think what we're all overlooking is what led us to this situation to begin with. Yes, our security was compromised. But considering Dalton was hired by Misako, the issue obviously starts at the top. In fact, I propose that Misako be removed from CEO altogether.
Ularu, this isn't a line you want to cross.
And considering you're the mole, if anyone's going to be removed from power, it's going to be you.
Hold up. Are you saying you lied to us?
Dalton, the last meeting we had, you distinctly said Imogene was the mole, and she'd been dealt with.
Do you even have any proof to back up this outrageous claim?
Of course we do. The malicious code you hid on this slate to upload incriminating evidence against Misako onto Lucas Drexler's computer.
To put it bluntly, Ularu, you're fired. Security will hold you in your office until a proper exit interview can be done.
This isn't right. I should at least have the opportunity to resign.
And allow you to still be marketable to a competitor? I don't think so. This may be news to me, and I will be reviewing the evidence closely. But this isn't something you just get to walk away from.
Security, escort Miss Chen to her office and see that she stays put.
You'll regret this. All of you.
I believe the only regret would be trusting you to begin with.
All right, back to business. All in favor of acquiring Infinity Ltd?
Aye.
Good. Alexis, start drawing up the necessary documentation. Anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up? The internal neuroamp is a key component of Ryujin Industries' success for the next 10 years, if not more. Why would we shelve it after we've finally perfected it?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but she's right. Regardless of the pros, the cons are too morally and ethically irresponsible to move forward with.
The moment the public gets wind of the true capabilities of this tech, we're gonna suffer severe backlash.
Very well. All in favor of shelving Project Dominion?
Aye.
Vina, prep Project Dominion for storage. Any other matters to bring forth? None? This concludes our order of business for today.
If only there
Okay.
were more hours in the day.
So we still need to talk to Misako. Oh, and if you convince everybody to vote against acquiring Infinity Ltd, it doesn't really change much from here on.
Shelving the internal neuroamp. Not the outcome I anticipated.
I mean, she'll grumble at you, of course.
A fine point, but it still proves its usefulness. The truth remains, Lucas Drexler learned a hard lesson, and we exposed a traitor among us. You've proven yourself to be quite the asset here at Ryujin. It's well earned and deserved. I truly appreciate the work you put into exposing Ularu. No operative has ever had to investigate our own to the extent that you did. I can imagine it may have been a lot of pressure, considering you were fairly new at the time.
I'm used to this. Why does that keep saying floor is inaccessible?
Imogen's instincts were right about you. Now, as promised, I have your bonus. I hope you'll find it appropriate for all you've done. And I'm promoting you to senior operative. You've more than earned it. It's well deserved. As for the details, I think someone back on the operations floor would prefer to explain those to you.
Yeah, we are now done with executive level. But I'm going to tack on one little thing. There is an activity to go talk to Imogen, which is really part of this whole thing. And of course, everybody wants to talk to me about the outcome of what happened here, which is why it's important to carefully judge the outcome you want. I think if we didn't ban the Neuro app, I think the Constellation folks get a bit touchy. I've never tried it.
I'm not gonna miss Ularu. I can still the gala at the new Atlantis Base.
Okay. Hey, Imogen.
You've certainly shaken things up around here. I still can't believe Ularu tried to frame me. An obvious misjudgment on my part. But now that's all in the past. It's time to get back to your typical day-to-day.
Yep. Good to see you back in the office.
And I'd say it's good to be back if I hadn't returned to a mountain of paperwork. Now, since you're new, you've been dealing with people, but most of our assignments are generated on the mission board. The board holds any available assignments that our techs have pieced together, and I've approved.
Questions?
I'm good.
Good. The mission board is generally self-explanatory anyway. With
Everybody
your
uses
promotion,
them.
You've earned yourself an office, so whenever you're ready, you can find your own personal mission board inside. And the best perk of them all, you're free to make your own hours.
I do that anyway.
And congratulations, of course.
Thanks. I'll see you around.
You certainly will. Go check out the board, and if you have any questions, I suppose I can start up an open door policy, just for you.
And the way she said that makes me wonder if she's a romanceable companion at some point. So here's the mission board. So things like hack the star yard or plant evidence or sabotage, tech, more of the easier missions that we've done. Extended mag suppressed refined Grendel. Very short range. And we don't get to unlock the safe. Oh well. We will grab all of the stuff they left for us. All of the stuff they left for us. Okay. So we now have an office in Ryujin Tower. This is still stealing. Or this is where we came through. Was there anything on his computer? See, this is going to be 4, so it's going to be a 2 and a 2. This is on the inside. I think these two are the same shape. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, which means these two are on the inside and these two are on the outside. Which means it is... Well, they aren't quite the same shape. Nearly, but not quite. There we go. I'm going to see if there's anything here which will hint at you've been too vocal with your opinions on Neon's administrator. Ooh. Okay, so apparently he was talking down Ben Bayou. Well, that's no good. Okay, that's why he's gone.
Don't cause any trouble.
Me? Cause trouble? Nah. Where'd the elevator go? Oh, get turned around in here. So apparently there's a tranquility in this tower. Yeah, this is that floor that had the tranquility in the drone.
Yeah.
Just want to see it in daylight.
Love it.
That salesperson was really nervous.
Hello, my name's Christine. I'm the office manager here. What brings you in today? I can't blame you. I'm an avid tea drinker myself.
Yeah.
Glad to learn. And thanks for stopping. You're welcome back anytime.
Okay.
Sure love to get a job here.
Tranquility, and we got drone over
Please be
here.
careful with the model robots. They're a little delicate.
I've been through here.
You have any shipping needs, Starfield Logistics can take care of it.
These drone robots are always so efficient.
So apparently, the rumor I've heard is Infinity Ltd gets a satellite office on this floor. Unless it's on a different floor. There's security. Interesting coming back around through here when we're not trespassing.
I've got my eye on you.
Yeah. This whole office area. Yeah, I suppose you have to come back later to see the Infinity Ltd people brought into the satellite office. It's worth doing. I'll have to stop back in. I wonder if just going down to the lobby and back is enough. Let's see. We could check the Tayo floor too. Oh ho! Here it is.
The work environment, they fixed up this place pretty nice for us.
Hey, Nina.
Hello, and welcome to Infinity Ltd's new satellite office here in Neon. I'm Nina Hart, and... Oh, Skylar? Is that you? Well, that certainly explains some things.
Yes, it does.
That would mean... Oh my god, you're the one that exposed Lucas, aren't you? Oh my god, you had an appointment and everything! I even pulled information on your company and did a quick background check. Corporate espionage. You think you're prepared, and then when it happens, you have no idea.
She is so clueless.
I have to admit, it was rough. The pressure for every deal was so intense. If you failed, it could mean no bonuses, or worse, they'd slash the office or manufacturing budgets even more. It was a vicious cycle. Make a cheaper product to save money, but then who wants to buy it? Since I'm the executive director of marketing at Infinity, Genevieve thought this would be a good move for me. I've been learning a lot from her. This is really the type of mentorship I was hoping for when I started at Infinity in the first place. I love it so far. I do miss the sun, but as a learning opportunity, this is as good as it gets. Besides the financial struggles and the stress of maintaining the company, it really wasn't bad. Lucas was conceited and thought he was right all the time, but he wasn't evil. Well, that's why the news about what he did, hiring Ecliptic and the clinic trials, it was all so shocking. Yeah, especially since we're coworkers now. Take care.
Cool.
The Ryujin
Imagine a pathway. Something nice. But I miss my old place.
I'm hoping they'll promote me if I do well on my next project.
Dink, dink, dink. Onward and outward. Wonder if I can fast travel back to the ship from here. Yes, I can. Okay. So I think we're done with Ryujin. So the next thing I want to do is go refit this ship, put some doors in it. Because right now we got problems. I gotta turn that mod back on, and then we're gonna have to pull the ship apart and put it back together again. And that'll be in the next recording, so I will see you then. And we'll probably already be at a appropriate place to do those refits. I will see you in the ship refit video.